Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. I recently had the incredible opportunity to sit down with one of my all-time favorite fitness influencers, Dana Linn Bailey, at the 2025 Olympia event out in Las Vegas. Now, Dana is a former IFBB Olympia athlete and is a true legend in the fitness world. Someone whose dedication, discipline, and results have inspired thousands of people throughout her career. Now, during our conversation, we talked about her amazing achievements, her diet, her training philosophies, and how we can take that knowledge and start making improvements in our own fitness journeys today. So whether you're someone training for performance, aesthetics, or you're just looking to level up your health, Dana shared insights that are truly actionable and inspiring with takeaways that you can apply to your own training. So without further ado, let's take a look at the interview.
I got my visor on, little sleep today.
6 hours?
Right, no, like 4, maybe less.
You're kidding. Girl, I wouldn't be functioning. I'm surprised. That's why I said, did you want to push it back later so you can have a few extra hours?
I was like, no, because I do want to train, and then I kind of want to almost sleep before the night show.
Yeah.
It's going to be Vegas. It's always such a great time.
Yeah.
But man, the nights are long. The nights are so long.
Dana, it is so lovely to have the opportunity to sit down and chat with you.
Yeah, I feel like we've been following each other for in eternity, forever.
It's been a while.
And this finally happened.
So I think you were my fit girl inspiration when I was getting into the sport. So
oh my God.
Maybe back in 2015, I think when I was starting to decide I was going to compete, and you were the it girl. So
wow.
It's such an honor to sit down and chat with you.
Thank you.
I guess, do you want to share a little bit about your background? I don't know how well my audience knows you. So why don't you pretend like they know nothing about you and spill the beans?
Well, hello guys. My name is Dana. I am Dana Linn Bailey. How far back? I mean, I always kind of go back to you are who you are from your childhood. It's all about, and I was a 6-sport athlete. I love sports, so athletics was part of my background. I was on the swim team at age 5.
Wow.
Soccer, basketball, field hockey, track, swimming, softball. I played everything, so sports has always been, and getting in shape and practicing and getting ready for stuff and getting prepared for games is a part of me. I went on, played soccer for Westchester University, and I didn't get into lifting until soccer was done. I was dating Rob at the time, who is my husband. You might know him. And we were still in college, so go to class. Well, I don't think he actually went to class.
One of those guys.
Now, I don't think he ever went to class. He did go to nutrition because we met the first day of preseason. He played football, I played soccer. And I was like, oh, who's this guy? We became friends, and then later on we finally started dating. But he worked in a restaurant, so he would do prep shift all morning, and then there was a 2-hour window that he had a break between prep shift and night shift, and he worked on the line. So at a restaurant, you don't get out till 11, 12, and sometimes even later at night. So I would sit at home, wait for him, and I'm the new girlfriend. And I'm we never get to hang out. He's well, 2 to 4, I'll be at the gym. So I honestly got into the gym with no intention of anything. I just wanted to hang out with my boyfriend.
Wow.
I just wanted to hang out with my boyfriend. And first day we go in, I go and I meet him at the gym. I'm okay, so what do we do? He's well, it's chest day, we're gonna bench.
Of all the muscle groups.
I was okay. And in high school you sort of learn about all that stuff, but I was never into it because I had it first block, and I was I don't want to sweat. So I would just get on a leg extension machine. When the coach was looking, I'd quick do some and then sit there. But from that point on, he kind of trained me exactly how he trained, like a dude. And I have that competitive side to me that I always wanted to see how much weight I could do, or we were training back and we started with pull-ups. I could do maybe 1. I was I want to be able to do more pull-ups. So every workout I would start with pull-ups until in a couple months I was able to do almost 10.
Wow.
Like, and I saw this correlation to if you want something to get stronger or more reps at something, you just train it harder. And I like got addicted to that.
Yeah.
And then I started like, you know, gaining muscle and like seeing like shoulders and back. And I thought it was, I didn't say this before, but I was also very, very insecure growing up, even being an athlete, which you don't always think. You always think of like athletes being like super confident, like popular, cool, whatever. And I was very confident on a sports field, but you take me off and hated my legs. I mean, there were years of my life where like it would be 90 degrees, I'm wearing pants. Like, so I had big soccer legs. I was very insecure. I was very insecure about my chest. I just didn't feel right in my body. And when I started training, I didn't realize like
You take the power back.
it was like a switch happened. I don't even know when it happened, but I started not just appreciating what my body looked like, but what it was capable of doing.
Yeah.
And then it was an addiction after that.
Wow. It's such a great story. I love that you've got such a sporting background and there is that competitive part to you.
Yeah, I'm a psychopath. Like I don't care if it's a board game, like Monopoly, I'm winning, man.
I love that. I love that. You know, you've got, I think, some good friendly rivalry is always a good thing. So, I mean, you've built one of the most impressive physiques in the sport. So what took you from training in a gym with Rob, chest training, to like hopping on stage? Like, was there a turning point for you to go, oh, I think I want to go into bodybuilding?
Again, odd way to get into bodybuilding. So the first bodybuilding show I ever went to, never been to one, I was in it. So the whole reason, this is a dumb reason to like just start competing. There were two girls that were like getting ready for a show. They're carrying their gallons of water and their Tupperwares. And I was probably 8 months into training, and they kept talking about like, oh, I have this show and it's this, that, like complaining about it. And I was like, I look better than them. I'll sign up for that. Never even went to a show. So luckily, the guy, the gym I started training at, the owner was an IFBB pro, Brian Chamberlain's sickest gym ever, like best equipment, cool atmosphere to like, this is the first gym I go to, and it's like, it's all big bodybuilders. It was a bodybuilder gym.
Yeah.
So I was kind of already like infused into it, not knowing. And then, I was like, well, I'll sign up for it. I look better than them. Went, competed. I got some help from him. Like, I didn't know anything about diet because I was still in college. I was eating like ramen noodles.
Gosh.
And he helped put together a little diet, and I think I followed the same diet for like 8 weeks straight or something. And didn't look picture, like if you find pictures.
Look at our first time on stage.
Like 2000, I think it was 2006 was my first show.
Oh gosh.
Like upper body was good, lower body terrible. Like lower body was terrible. It was bad. And did the first show. I was like crying in line. I'm like, what did I sign up for? Like here's this girl that's used to be very insecure about her body, and now I'm gonna put on this bikini. Well, we had two suits. We had the one-piece round and a two-piece round. That's how old I am, guys. If you remember back in the day. Yeah, figure had a two-piece and one-piece velour. They were velour.
Oh wow.
And and I was like, I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know. But did the show. I think I got like 6th place. Not terrible. Looked terrible, but 6th place. And that sparked something. I was like, oh, well now I'm in the gym because I'm training for a show.
Yep.
Like I'm an athlete again. Like there's a purpose for it. So every show, like I would sign up for shows like 4 weeks in advance. I'm like, oh, there's a show in like a month. Let's just do it. Like, I used to do so many shows like as an amateur.
Yeah.
It just became this thing I like to do. I like to prepare for things.
So how many shows do you think you've done?
As an amateur, I did a lot. Sometimes I feel like 4 shows in a year, just not really understanding the whole idea of like, you know, prep, like an off season, like
time off, you know, dieting.
Yeah.
Just eating your ramen.
I think I was almost just kind of doing it for the sake of preparing for something. I didn't think really anything of it. We started working with a company that wanted to get into the fitness world, so we started going to shows and expos, and that's kind of what enlightened me into, oh, what can I actually do with this? Like, and the people that you see on magazines and like sponsor athletes and all these things, they were like IFBB pros. I was like, okay, this IFBB, like I was competing in NABA. I was like going all over the place. I wasn't even staying in. So then I was like, okay, this IFBB pro, I need to compete in the NPC. I need to do well in order to move up so I can get this pro card that should open up all these doors for me to do all these things I want to do. And one of the best things that I can say for anybody even listening is Rob sat me down, and I think one of the most important things is like actually dreaming a little bit. And he sat me down. No one's ever kind of taught me to do that. I don't have a family that's like, you can do anything. But he sat me down. He's like, write out everything you want to do. And like, I saw these girls, wanted to be on covers of magazines. I didn't want to look like them, but like I wanted to be doing all those things that they were doing. I wanted to be a competitor. Like fitness was my life. It was my everything. And so part of it was like, I want to get to the Olympia. It never said win it. It just said get to the Olympia stage. I wanted to have my own gym. I wanted to I wanted to be a sponsored athlete. I wanted to be on the covers of magazines. I wanted to write for magazines. It was pretty much the whole fitness thing. And
you really manifested that. That's awesome.
But I think writing it down, like if you don't, like you can think about things all you want, but until you actually put it to pen to paper and actually start taking steps towards it. And that's when I started taking competing a lot more seriously. And I did all my own preps, like as an amateur. I did everything myself. I was on bodybuilding.com, just like trying to, oh my gosh, like figuring out like, okay, like how am I supposed to like diet down for a show? Like, oh, there was so much experimenting, but I took it really serious and competed, got to the national level of figure, but pretty much as soon as I got to nationals, I was too big, too hard, because I didn't train. I trained like a guy, and like back then,
muscle group specifics were probably a little different from what you.
I was trying to press like 100-pound dumbbells. Like girls weren't doing that.
Wow.
And my body, if you watch old Rob and Dana training, like I'm pressing like 100. I was training like a guy, so I was growing, and the beauty of, especially even being here at the Olympia, is seeing like the evolution of bodybuilding. When I started, it was very tiny. Like you would be your figure.
It's crazy how it's grown.
So my upper body was great. I had abs. I used to get marked down for having abs. So I was doing really good on a local level, but as soon as I got to nationals, I was like dead last, like show after show. They're like, you're too big, you're too hard. You need to get boobs, you need to grow your hair out, you need to do this. I'm like, but I like the way I train. Like, this is what I do.
Really, I struggle with it at the moment, I think, because I've gone from, I guess I started in figure, so I was bigger, like back in 2017 than I was today. I've actually lost about 10 pounds to kind of get back into the bikini. But just the way that we train for this particular category,
it's so different.
I really don't enjoy it as much as being able to kind of train like an athlete. Like I love training all muscle groups. So there's part of me that, you know, questions how long I will continue to do bikini because I miss training.
Because you miss training heavy.
I really do love it.
Yeah, because if your body's responding, then you got to fit into this category, which, like, I understand they have to create restrictions, otherwise it just keeps growing and getting bigger.
And it's crazy. I think for me personally, to kind of step up to the next category, I mean, the girls are noticeably bigger, and I'm still a natural athlete, so I'm like, I don't know whether I would ever even get near to that anymore. So I'm kind of limited because there's no in-between category. So it's really tough. But I want to go back to, so you were talking about training and doing a lot of strength. So did you do any powerlifting meets, or did you do any strong kind of competitive?
After, actually, 2017.
Okay.
I did. It was actually after I kind of hung up the suit. My last show was Arnold 2015,
Wow.
and I kind of needed a break.
Yeah.
Just mentally, emotionally, I think.
It's like a decade-long career, as a competitive athlete.
Yeah, especially at the beginning, doing so many shows. I mean, once I turned pro, I was very limited to how many shows I would do.
Yeah.
Much smarter.
Yeah.
But yeah, I kind of hung it up, and I needed something, and I was like, well, maybe I have a really good bench, really strong bench, deadlift, not that great. I was like, but I liked lifting really heavy. I was like, let's try a powerlifting meet.
Yeah.
Why not?
That's awesome.
So won my first powerlifting meet.
Is there anything this girl can't do?
I can't deadlift that much though. So I signed up for a powerlifting meet. I went with USAPL,
Oh, yeah.
which is drug tested. They drug tested me a bunch of times. I will fit so many times. They are very serious.
Very strict. And if they see you in a building, so if you were in the Olympia venue, they would come up to you unexpected and just do it.
Oh no, I had to give them where my work was, which at that point in time I wasn't teaching anymore.
Yeah.
But I didn't have a set schedule. They needed to know when you're at the gym. They would show up at the gym at when I said on my schedule that I'd be there, but I train all over the place. I had to give them something, and luckily we had people that are like, Dana, USAPL's here, you better get here fast. I was like, oh crap, get in a car, zoom, quick pee in a cup, and then go back to what I'm, they were serious. But yeah, I did, competed at I guess the I don't know how they do it, the local level,
like a state
amateur,
level,
yeah. Which then allowed me to go to nationals, did well enough at nationals that qualified for Arnold's, did Arnold's, and then, and then I called it quits because my back hurt.
Yeah. Oh God, I was thinking, was there ever a point where you got injured? I feel like I love, because I'm obviously like to train that way. As much as I loved powerlifting, it was when I was the most beat up and broken.
Oh my God, it beat me up. And I beat myself up, and I kind of did it backwards. You should probably do powerlifting and then get into bodybuilding because it's a little easier on your body.
Yeah.
I was a bodybuilder, and then I was like, let's do it at 30. How old was I? I was in my mid to upper 30s, throwing myself into powerlifting.
Oh my God.
And deadlifting,
I'm the same.
it's not I love the exercise, but heavy deadlifts just wreck me for days.
Yeah. I don't feel like I ever was able to kind of adapt to the training either. It was no matter how frequent I was deadlifting, I always just seemed to feel a little.
I also didn't like the training because I'm actually a very high volume trainer. Mm-hmm. I'll do heavy things here and there, but I love volume. So I hired the manager that worked at our gym. He was a power lifter. I was like, can you write me some sort of program to get me doing this?
Yeah.
So he would write the program. I was like, oh my God, we're benching it. It was just all the same, a lot of rest breaks.
Yeah.
I found it way too boring. Mm-hmm. So what I actually did was I would do his majority of his workout, and then I would literally, if it was chest day, I would train shoulders after. It's probably not what I was overtraining. I don't know how I was doing that, but because I missed the pump, I love volume. High reps is
getting your heart rate up and even sweating.
Doing big set. I do a lot of giant sets, drop sets, and that's not really a powerlifting thing.
No,
it's definitely a bodybuilding thing.
For sure.
So I would do his powerlifting part, and then it would be okay, some accessory work. I was like, my accessory work is an entire shoulder day.
Oh my gosh, so they're probably pretty long sessions.
So no wonder I was probably really beat up.
Yeah, I can imagine. Well, I guess that's a really good segue into your training approach and your nutrition and things like that. So I guess reflecting on how you've done things in the past, when you were, full-time competing as a bodybuilder, what has changed for you in terms of the way that you approach training and diet? Or is there anything?
My training's pretty, if I looked back at I mean, I probably am going a little bit lighter and smarter.
Yeah.
I'm aging. I'm 42.
You're hearing that a lot.
So yeah, I just, you got to take care of yourself. I do train probably a little bit smarter, but if I look at the actual workout, I train exactly the same as I would be training for the Olympia.
Oh.
I'll have like one heavy movement, not to the point where I'm doing like reps of like 1 to 3, but like heavy set would be like, 5 or 6, like squats, bench, not deads. Mostly squats and bench. I'll go heavy and shoulder press, but then everything else is like a lot of volume. I like that. I'm not really someone that does like one exercise. It's very rare that I do one exercise at a time. Mm-hmm. Actually kind of like circuits almost. Okay. Like I'll pick like 1 or 2 to 3 movements, and they're all kind of in the similar space or using the same equipment, using mechanical drop sets, using drop sets, or just if I can think of 3 exercises that are training back, like I'll go from a straight arm pull down into a low row into a face pull, and I'll do 4 sets of 10 to 12 reps of that. I just like the burning sensation, the pump. Yeah.
Okay.
I like it.
So it sounds like you're still incorporating, when you said you don't train any differently to how you were competing, or how you were training when you were competing, does that mean that you still incorporate quite a bit of cardio as well?
Not quite as much. I do cardio. I try, if I'm actually at home, I try to do 2 to 3 days a week. I got a Peloton bike.
Oh, cool.
I used to be a Stairmaster girl, and then I got a Peloton bike.
I have one too.
And I love it. I like someone telling me what to do so I don't have to think. Mm-hmm. So I do like that. More HIIT training.
Yeah.
Bodybuilding, I was more like steady state, because the whole idea behind that is like preserving muscle. You don't want to like overwork it. So I was a Stairmaster girl for quite some time, but I liked it. That was my movie time. I would watch on my little iPad. Yeah. Kind of made it go a little bit faster.
Netflix and
yeah, a little. I've watched so much Netflix on a stair mill. It's crazy. Like there's nothing I can even watch. Like I've seen everything. Wow. Because I've had like getting ready for the Olympia 2 times, getting ready for the Arnold. Like there's a lot of Netflix I went through.
No, but it's a really good way to kind of habit stack. I think for a lot of folks that really kind of are struggling to get into like a good routine, I'll say, what's something that you already do a lot of? Like, and if you're already watching TV in the evenings,
do something on top of it.
Together. Yeah. Like there's no reason why you can't go and do the stair mill and watch
TV. Yeah.
For sure. So I know that you're currently still really involved with your community and you do challenges and things like that. I guess one of my questions for you is, what do you find is the biggest barrier holding people back from reaching their goals?
Themselves. Yeah. Themselves. Yeah. I think the hardest thing to do is like, there's so many excuses, like not to go to the gym. We all have busy lives, and a lot of people are in their own head like, oh, I can't ever do that. I'm never going to look like that. They're already kind of putting that negative spin on it. But the holdup is just giving in. Like I'm someone that, like, once you build a routine, that's what I kind of try to teach people in like the app. It's like, if you can do this for 2 weeks straight and like always go to the gym at the same time, you build that routine, you're less likely to skip. Like for me, like I still train. It might be wrong for some people. I train 7 days a week because it doesn't feel like, why? If I feel good, like I still want to move. I'm going to find something to train. It might be just cardio that day, but I'm going to do something because it's like, it's part of my life. It's part of my day. But I think most people, like, they're not strong-willed enough to. I am very strong-willed. Like I can make myself, like I enjoy the suffer. When things get hard, like most people are like, oh, this feels bad, but anything worthwhile is gonna be hard.
It requires some sacrifice.
It's gonna require sacrifice, and a lot of people, I think, kind of give in a little bit too easy, or they find there's thousands of excuses I could say to like skip the gym today. It's like, Dana, you only slept 3 hours last night. Like that's an excuse. But you best bet I'm still gonna be there.
I think I've approached it just with like the busyness of life, and
It is, and I understand like people have kids and you got to take your kids to soccer practice and this and that, but you don't need a gym to train.
I don't think you need a lot of time either. I think
30 minutes.
Yeah, exactly.
30
I
minutes.
used to have this idea that if I wasn't in the gym doing like a 60 or 90 minute session, it was like, well, what's the point, you know?
I was just going to say, I was the same way. Like, I only had 30 minutes, so I'm like, well, I'm not going to get anything done. But like, imagine if you just did like 10 sets of squats.
Yeah.
You,
That's amazing.
It would be amazing. And I always try to tell people something is always better than nothing. And you don't need to have, like, not every single workout is going to be the most intense, best workout. Like, you're not always going to feel great, but movement, that's part of what your body wants to do. And something is always better than nothing.
Yeah, I think during some pretty stressful periods of my life, I know I've certainly had to taper down like the volume and the frequency of training just to kind of fit other things in that were, you know, critical and essential.
Yeah.
But like making time for a few sessions a week.
Yeah.
And even if, like you said, the intensity might not be your greatest, you might be distracted or stressed or whatever it is, but some movement is better than nothing. And I think just kind of getting that, you know,
consistency. I think having, like, if you're consistent with something, like, it would be, in my opinion, it would be better to have like mediocre workouts every single day than just, you know, a once or twice a week. I think an everyday kind of thing is better. Now, I understand not everyone can do that. I think start with, okay, how much time can I actually dedicate? Like, on a serious note, you look at your schedule, it's like, can I do 3 days a week?
Yeah.
And then you can make those a little bit more intense, and then it can kind of even out over everything.
So if somebody does have a really limited schedule, maybe they've got 4 kids and they're trying to run them around to all of their things, how would you advise somebody to set up their training? So if they've got 3 days a week and maybe they've got a maximum of 45 minutes, like how would you navigate?
I would either do 3 full bodies or like a push-pull legs. Yeah. Because like push-pull legs, your chest, shoulders, triceps, that's going to be a phenomenal workout. Then you got back, biceps, throw some abs in there, leg day. But yeah, either 3 full bodies but you don't need to be at a gym. That's the wonderful thing about like your apps and my apps is like I make home stuff, I make limited equipment stuff. Obviously I like the gym stuff. I think if you really want to be serious with your goals, I think having a gym membership is going to take it up a notch, because you can get it done at home, but I have a lot of people that are looking to like build muscle, and they have like, you know, a couple weights going up to maybe 20 pounds. It's like, it's going to work, but at some point, like, you're going to have to start doing like reps of like 50 or 60s, like to like still get that stimulus for something. In order to grow, like, it needs to have some sort of stimulus. So adding more reps, or if you can't add more weight, then you sort of either have to add different kinds of intensity techniques, 1.5 reps, iso holds, like, you have to like
tempos.
Tempos, like, you got to throw a lot of stuff at it in order to grow, because your muscle needs stimulus, like a different kind of stimulus, in order to grow. So I think gym memberships will take it up a notch.
Yeah, I think you can still get away with having very little. For those that are struggling with getting to the gym, or you don't have access to one, I don't want you to think for a second that you can't get really great results.
No.
All of us did live through COVID. I think most of us were using bands.
My like body weight workouts are actually probably harder than the gym workouts, like, because you have to be a little creative with it, and you also have to be strong enough to support your body. Like, it's a lot of different push-up variations, so you can get it done. It's are you actually going to do it?
So just thinking about like muscle growth in general, I know a lot of people, maybe whether they're entering the gym for the first time, and they don't necessarily have good expectations or an understanding of muscle growth. How do you approach your audience about like the realities of muscle growth? So do you have a particular approach, or how do you communicate that to them?
Like how to grow?
Yeah, or like I think a lot of people have this understanding that they're going to grow really quickly, and I'm not seeing progress quickly. Like, how do you navigate that with your audience?
It's very hard because people want results super fast. Like we want to see results. Like, how long is it going to take? It's like, it's going to take as long as you have time to let it happen. Like, because it's not going to happen overnight. This is like months, years. Like, and again, it goes back to being consistent. One thing I do, especially when we do the challenges, because a lot of people are timid to join the challenge because they don't want to take photos.
Oh, really?
And I was like, oh my gosh, you don't understand how important those are.
Yeah.
Because you see yourself every single day. You're not going to notice these small things changing in you every single day. I think taking photos of yourself, and you don't need to share them to the world. Like, everyone thinks like, oh, I have to post them if I take them. No, those are just for you. Like, that is to evaluate how you're doing, because man, like, you take a photo at the beginning and you wait. Like, I think doing it every like couple months is really cool. It's like, oh, I didn't really notice I lost that much weight, but you'll start feeling like your clothes are fitting differently. But yeah, it's a slow burn is what it is.
Yeah, I think people need to practice patience a little bit more. And I think the hardest thing is, you know, you'll stumble across somebody on social media and they have an incredible physique, and you know, you don't know their background.
Yeah, you don't know how long they've been training for.
I think I find a lot of clients and, you know, people doing these challenges, they're like, well, I just want to look like you, or they're showing me pictures of somebody that they're, you know, aspiring to be like. And they're 6 months into just starting lifting weights.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, you know, I thought the things would be happening faster. And it's like, no, some of these people have been lifting years consistently, 5 days, 6 days, in your case, 7 days a week.
7 days.
For almost
six
a
to 7 days for 22 years.
Right.
22 years.
It's a matter of patience, and I think it's so hard to, you know, easier said than done. But yeah, it's definitely something that doesn't happen quickly. And I think one of the things that I have more recently come to discover, just reading more research, the amount of like change in terms of muscle thickness that we can actually develop naturally, it's like 2 or 3 millimeters over a 12-week study. So I mean, you're not going to see that in the mirror, and now add some body fat.
Yeah.
Because you're in a building season.
Yeah.
To grow. So I think you just really have to temper your expectations a little bit around like the speed at which you're gonna grow.
Yeah, I think that's what I drive home the most, is the consistency.
Yeah.
Because that's why I'm still here. It's why I still try to look good. But it's because I am so consistent with everything. Like, when I'm at home, I still eat exactly the same as like how I ate when I was competing. It's chicken and rice, it's turkey and rice. But I also like that. Like, I think you should enjoy the foods that you want to eat. You can jazz them up, but like, I'm very simple, and it's consistency with the diet, it's consistency with the training, and that's how you're actually going to see results.
Yeah, it's funny. I think so. You said that you're quite like repetitive with your foods and you eat really similar. I think there are probably some people that have taken flexible dieting like almost
to a whole new level. Yeah,
true.
Like, oh, flexible dieting, I can eat whatever I want.
Yeah, right. So I
like the whole it fits your macros. Remember when is that still like big right now? Like, if it fits your macros, it's like.
But I think, you know, we see a lot of that kind of posting on social media where people are really just going to the extremes. But there's something to be said as well for keeping the staples in and keeping it easy and convenient for you. So do what works for you, but just recognize, you know, there's some benefit to having a good structured food routine, but it doesn't mean that you know, have to be so restrictive. But yeah, I guess one of the other questions that I wanted to ask you, so you've obviously accomplished so many things over the years. What's currently on your mind? Like, what gets you out of the bed in the morning? You got any new projects or anything that you're working on? Or
I think about that. I get that question so much, and which is kind of why I got into like the powerlifting.
Yeah.
There is a slight, like, I feel like a void, because like I'm not really preparing for anything.
Yeah.
Like, I can't go back on stage. Like, those girls are incredible. Like, sometimes it's nice, like, you have to be smart enough to know it's like, okay, my time is done. Like, I'm moving on. I'm hyper focused right now just on like building my group, building my community. Because the gym has actually like changed my life, like for the better. So trying to get as many people into the gym, especially women. I think it's a lot better now, but I think there is still a lot of insecurities with women being in the gym space. Like, it's a vulnerable place. So trying to get all women comfortable about being in the gym. So doing challenges is kind of like, right now I'm in the middle of a challenge. We're 4 weeks into the 8, so then I'll be gearing up for like January. So I'm almost hyper dedicated to like building out, like, okay, I want to be doing like challenges all the time, because you know, sometimes people aren't ready for this one, and then as soon as I cut signups off, they're like, oh my God, like, when's the next one? I'm like, oh my God, guys, I literally just had one. But
I relate to that.
Hyper focused on that, because I've seen such incredible like transformations of, I absolutely love going through them, like seeing their before photos, and they kind of look sad, like they don't want to be, like they're just like, I have to take this photo of myself, I'm not very happy, like. But then you see the after photo, and like they're standing tall, like they're smiling, like I can see that. Like, I know you're changing, not just on the outside, you're changing on the inside. And the gym can do that, because if everyone can feel good about yourself, like if I could gift that to everyone, because I wasn't always that way. Like, I didn't feel good about myself. Like, getting dressed was like this whole ordeal, especially when I got into like building muscle, and the whole internet and the world thought I was weird. And like, oh, you look like a dude. And here I am thinking I thought I looked really cool, and the whole world is like, no, you're gross, you're ugly. And being able to like sort of combat that, and like, no, actually, why does all this noise matter? Like, why am I taking other people's projections of themselves and like putting it on me? Like, ugh. And like, best feeling in the world to be like actually happy with who you are and what you look like. And you have the power to do that. And I think a lot of people give the excuse. It's like, oh, well, I can't look like that. It's like, you can. Now, obviously, there's going to be some things that like you have the power to actually build the body that you want. Now, there's going to be parts of you that you can't change unless you want to go through surgeries, which whatever, I don't care what anyone does. But you'll have to learn how to be accepting of those body parts that like I can't change. And it's one of the things I'm most proud about was like my chest. And biggest insecurity ever. I never really, and I don't really care what anyone else does. I never really wanted to go through that, because I really liked benching is really the honest reason. I was like, I don't know how that works. Can I still bench? Unless, like, you have to make the decision for you. And when you can just combat like all the negativity, all the people's opinions, and be like, no, I think this is rad and rock it. Like, it's such a powerful thing. And I think you think like bigger things, like I'm confident, I'm able to take more risks, we do crazier stuff, like you're just gonna be more valuable as a person in your business, in everything.
Well, I think if you dedicate some time for self-care, I mean, that's ultimately what it is, and it is such a confidence builder.
It is a confidence, but are you going to make good decisions if you're like not feeling confident? No, you're not going to make good decisions. But when you are confident and you like who you are, you can stand in a room and you're like proud, like you're going to make really good decisions, and hard decisions, and riskier decisions in all avenues of life.
So if somebody wants to sign up to your next challenge, when is your next one?
Oh, we'll be coming in January. We always do big January. It's one of the biggest.
And what's the name of your app for those that are listening?
DLB Daily, because it's a lot of it, so I actually write my actual training. So if you want to follow my actual training, this is what I do. And then I also have different programs in there. We have dumbbell only, we have body weight only, and then there's like strength programs, there's cardio programs, there's a bunch of stuff in there.
Oh, that's so awesome.
But,
well, guys, if you're ready to change your life and look amazing like Dana, you need to go and check out her programs coming up soon. Well, look, I appreciate you sitting down today and having a chat.
Thank
you so much. I guess hope that you enjoy the rest of your weekend here at the Olympia.
Yeah, it's going to be great. Yeah, I love being here. It's very nostalgic for me.
Absolutely. Yeah. Well, thank you again, and I guess we'll have to check out her app. Thanks, guys. Well, there you have it, guys. Thank you so much for watching. If you've enjoyed this video, please make sure you're subscribed to my channel for more evidence-based training tips, nutrition insights, research breakdowns, interviews, and everything you need to level up your health and fitness. Also, make sure that you're subscribed to my mailing list so that you don't miss any important updates. Registration for our final challenge of the year, our 6-week Slay the Holidays, opens next Friday, October 31st, and the challenge will be kicking off on Monday, November 17. So this is your chance to stay on track, crush your goals, and finish the year strong. So you do not want to miss out on this one.